So yeah, welcome back to a new English episode of the Aquaponics geodome. And today I was busy with my microbial fuel cell, and it's working like a charm. This demineralization anaerobic system is getting there every day stronger, more volts, more amps, and stuff like that. And today I changed a cell from the reactor to a different type. Maybe that will work. Also isolated some wires and stuff like that, so maybe it will give a nice voltage. And I hooked it up in parallel with each other, so they can help each other to get some potential, blah blah blah, to get some useful energy. And now next step is to build something useful with it, with a little battery, but then smaller for this one, like a coin cell. But let's take a look until my phone battery is empty. So I planted some trees last time, apple, pear, and cherries, stuff like that. Also some herbs, some plants. These plants from the COVID crisis, a lot of growers have grown a lot of plants, and they couldn't get rid of it because all the shops are closed. So these plants were destined to be thrown into the fire extinguisher, the fire burner thingy where they burn garbage. So you could buy a box full of these plants for like a very low price. Here's some lettuce. I also planted a shitload of seeds into the dome. I've bought a nice collection a few months ago, and they came in my mill, so that's nice. This flower is also happy to start. There's also a new one to start. And some plants do great, some plants don't do great. Like this one is like, but it's getting there. I have some carrots starting over there. I also have another tree here. Some more flowers over here. I have some bramen, we call them in Dutch. Not berries, not cherries, but something like that. And another tree is also taking off. I have some. I've got the name already. Bieslook, not leek, but it's a smaller family one. I also have some castagna trees, nut trees, and more herbs, more plants, more lettuce growing. Really growing better than before, years ago. Here's some radish, also some lettuce combined. Some radishes are also growing. This one is really fascinating because it has its primary leaves, and then secondary leaves, and then already forming a radish. So he likes it here. You have another lettuce. Lettuce. Also some nice ornamental plants. Some pizza herb plants, but it's also flowering pretty nice. It's doing its thing. Likes it a lot here. I also have a geum, nagelkruid. I don't know what this plant is in English, but we want to make soap from it. And it's another nice plant, and a nice grow bed with a lot of seeds in there, being distributed somewhere. Maybe you can see some already going into action. Some weird seeds, it's a weird coating. Looks like a metallic lacquer car paint or something like that. I have one here. Let's see. I don't know what these seed manufacturers do with these things, but they coat them with something special, I think. It's not natural, but yeah. Gonna plant this one back into the system. Yeah, some more herbs, and let's zoom out the camera again. Aloe vera, didn't like it here, it's been burned maybe it will get better, but I don't know. So more plants, and another tree, and also another tree, and got some strawberries here in action. Just took some piece of strawberry outside from outside and just dropped it in, and it's doing its thing on a grow bed with a lot of seeds that are going to be growing. We have some flowers, a lot of flowers, some fancy cabbage, another fancy cabbage, some fancy tomatoes, and more fancy tomatoes, and some biological weird tomatoes, brown obst, brown eggs. There's some nice fancy cabbage. I have Chinese lettuce, also the thyme. It's a nice herb. I have some broccoli. I have some nice fancy cabbage again, another fancy cabbage, and bieslook. And what do you have more? Careful, safflower cabbage. This is a weird one. Still contains no seeds in there. Aubergine, but then a small one. It's another one, fancy one. Brown egg, cherry tomatoes, and I got some crot, beets, and some sunflowers. I got some ginseng, and I got some strawberries, and I got some carrots, and I got some cucumbers, salt and pepper. I got another cucumber, I got another cucumber, and we got some nice bergamot mint, and I got some nice carrots, and I got some orange cabbage, boerenkool, bloemkool. Waar je boven is the color of kings or monarchy, kings and queens, blah blah. Nice different cabbage, this fractal one. I'm very fond about seeing this one grow. And I got some other cabbage, kale. It's nice to make some chips. Australians love it. White aubergine, and I got some other cherry tomato and another aubergine. And I got some nice carrots, and I got some other different aubergine. So these seeds are new into the system, so we have to wait until they will start growing. And let's continue before the camera will shut down because the battery is empty. Also have another chestnut, I think, kastanje. And also another tree, it's also doing its thing. Also a fancy plant that should be thrown into the garbage fire thing, incinerator, but we saved them. The tulips already finished flowering. Outside they are full blown, but here they already are producing their last stage of making some nice seeds. Not all of them made it there into that stage. Look, like this one is a different story than this one, but they look nice. So gonna produce some nice biological tubes. And then we got this laurierbes. So really doing great here. He likes it a lot over here. And it also produced some fruits already, so it's also nice. Yeah. And behind that also a plant saved from the incinerator. We got also ginkgo biloba, a small branch I took from the city, put it in here, but I don't think it's gonna start well here because it's already deteriorating by fungus. And we got some other plants starting to show their heads above the ground. Also took some basilicum basil from the supermarket, dropped it into the system, and let's see how that will grow. And I got also nice ornamental plants over here. There also the soap plant and another tree. You also got the worm bin doing its thing, taking its first munchies of plants I took out of the system because they are growing and a little bit take space from other plants. And the worms are here somewhere. We found already one worm, so they like it. So we can also introduce them to the system here in your house. Then we can also feed them to the fish, so they will like it. A little bit too small for this size of rooms. And this worm bin is already needs to start dripping soon, I hope, from the bottom, so I can put back the minerals into the sump, to the grow bed, vice versa. And we have the pond, a lot of fish. I got one dead fish, and I got one poor sick fish, but when I bought it from the shop it already had this bent back, so now it's infected or something with it. I don't know if it's gonna make it, but the rest of the fish are looking great, fine, and have a nice time over here. They eat good, so that's also not a problem. Temperature is still a little bit low, like 13 degrees Celsius, but it's also cool. And maybe when the summer will come, when it's like 30-40 degrees Celsius, I hope it will stay a little bit cool. Otherwise they will spawn like there's no tomorrow. Some eggs. Maybe we can make some new generation of fish here. Also added a water plant so the fish can swim under it, and roots will develop and they can destroy the roots because they like that. And also small critters or small fish could be able to start a life there and stuff like that. I also have some nice little fountain on the solar. Yeah, that was it already for the small update of this Aquaponics geodome. And the peat filter over there, the AST is also doing its thing, collecting the sludge and distributing it, and the peat separator unit also working. And I don't have that much beats anymore escaping to the microbiofuel cell, so the filter capacity stays inside here. You can see some beats here. Yeah, you see the beats. So if you have any questions or comments, be my guest, leave them behind, and I'll see you in the next episode of this smaller updates of my Aquaponics geodome. Until next time, you're out.